What if I told you that Las Vegas is quietly engineering its own downfall, and the same corporate playbook that once built this city is now driving tourists away in record numbers? Convention attendance is still lagging, and average stays keep shrinking year after year. The CEOs blame the economy, but those of us who worked the floors know the truth.
This is Sonia Owens. She's lived in the Valley for 8 years and has worked at Caesars for the past year. But she tells me she hasn't worked a single shift in
to the point that tourists can't afford to come into town. One of the on-strip casinos, and at the food court, for 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 beers, it was $75.
Today, we're exposing the tactics casinos never wanted you to understand. And by the time we reach number 1, you'll see how Vegas didn't just lose its magic. It designed its own extinction. Number 10. The death of the free Vegas myth. Let me paint you a picture of how Vegas used to work. Walk into any casino in 1995, sit down at a $5 blackjack table, and within 10 minutes, a cocktail waitress would appear with a free drink. No questions asked. Play for an hour, and the pit boss might comp your lunch. Play for 3, and suddenly, your $200 room became free. That wasn't generosity, it was genius. Vegas understood that making you feel like royalty kept you at the tables. Today, every perk comes with conditions so complex you'd need a law degree to understand them. That free drink now requires you to earn tier points through a formula that tracks your average bet, time played, and theoretical loss. One wrong move, playing too slow or betting too small, and that cocktail voucher never prints. The old Vegas handshake of "we'll take care of you" has morphed into "enter your card and pray you qualify." The numbers tell the story. In 2010, casinos gave away $1.2 billion in comps annually. By 2024, despite higher revenues, that number dropped to $780 million. They're making more money while giving back less. And here's the part that makes my blood boil. They've convinced tourists this is normal. New visitors don't even know what they're missing, because the Vegas that treated everyone like a VIP has been erased from memory. But if you think the death of free perks is bad, wait until you hear what they've done to the most sacred Vegas tradition of all. Number 9. The drink token deception. For 50 years, free drinks while gambling was Vegas law. It didn't matter if you were playing penny slots or $100 hands. As long as you were actively playing, the drinks flowed. It was the great equalizer, the one luxury everyone could access. That social contract is now completely shattered. What used to be one of the Strip's greatest unwritten rules has been quietly rewritten into a surveillance operation. Modern slot machines track everything: how much you bet per spin, how fast you play, even how long you pause between games. Fall below the algorithm's threshold, and that drink voucher won't print. Order too soon or play too slow, and the bartender literally walks right past you like you're invisible. I watched this transformation happen in real time. In 2018, MGM Properties introduced drink monitoring systems that required $1.25 per spin minimum bets for complimentary cocktails. By 2020, Caesars followed suit with digital vouchers that expired in 15 minutes, forcing you to keep playing or lose your drink. As one ex-server told me, they turned generosity into surveillance. The psychological impact is devastating. Nothing kills the Vegas fantasy faster than being denied a $3 beer while you're actively losing money at their machines. Tourists feel nickel and dimed, monitored, judged. They came for freedom and fun, but got algorithms and restrictions instead. And this surveillance state extends far beyond drinks, because when it comes to the comp system that once defined Vegas hospitality, the betrayal runs even deeper. Number 8. The comp system conspiracy. Back in the day, being a pit boss meant having real power. They could read a room, spot a good customer, and make judgment calls that kept people happy. Played for 3 hours? Here's a buffet comp. Having a bad streak, but showing heart? Let me get you a room upgrade. It was personal, human, and it worked. That system built lifelong Vegas loyalists. Now everything runs through software measuring your profitability index. It's not about how much you gamble anymore, but how much theoretical profit you generate per hour. Even if you lose $5,000 in a night, if the algorithm says you're low value, you get nothing. Play perfect blackjack at a 0.5% edge, and the system flags you as unprofitable next to a 7% slot player. lose the same amount, and they get the suite while you pay full price. It's not personal anymore. It's programmed discrimination. I've seen loyal customers, people coming for decades, suddenly cut off because a system decided they weren't worth it. One regular told me with tears in his eyes, "I've been coming here since 1987, and now they treat me like I don't exist." That's not just bad business, it's betrayal. But algorithms are only part of the problem. The human soul of Vegas service has been stripped away. Number 7, the decline of genuine service. That warm, flirty, welcome to Vegas, baby, energy that made everyone feel special is gone, replaced by exhausted workers reading from scripts while managers hover over upselling targets. The shift from entertainment to exploitation happens so gradually, most tourists don't realize what they've lost until it's too late. A pit boss who spent 20 years on the Strip told me something that still haunts me. "We used to be entertainers first, casino employees second. Now we're just targets for customer surveys." Dealers who once bantered and coached new players now rush through hands in silence, knowing every minute of conversation counts against their metrics. Staff turnover in Vegas casinos hit 38% in 2024, the highest in history. When dealers and servers are constantly new, stressed, and searching for their next job, the magic disappears. The dealer who remembers your name, the waitress who knows your drink, the host who gets you that upgrade, all gone. Replaced by underpaid workers juggling 3 jobs to survive in a city where rent has doubled in 5 years. The suicide rate among casino employees is 50% higher than the national average. Depression meds are so common, dealers joke about comparing prescriptions on break. This isn't just bad management. It's an industry that forgot its workers are the product. When your staff is miserable, your customers feel it. Speaking of feeling it, nowhere is the soul-crushing optimization more obvious than on the casino floor itself, where games designed for joy have become psychological manipulation machines. The casino floor algorithm. Slots used to be simple. Pull the lever, watch the reels spin, and hope for the best. Win or lose, you understood what was happening. Today's machines are psychological warfare designed by neuroscientists to maximize what the industry calls time on device. They're not programmed for excitement anymore. They're programmed for addiction. Modern slots use variable ratio reinforcement schedules, the same principle that makes social media addictive. Near misses are programmed to occur 30% more often than probability allows. Those bonus rounds that seem just within reach, the machine knows exactly how many spins to tease before triggering them. One ex-employee who worked in game development told me, "We stopped designing for luck and started designing for metrics." The payout rates prove it. In 2010, the average strip slot returned 92.5% of money wagered. Today, it's 88.4%. That 4-point drop means billions in extra profit. Penny slots, the ones that attract budget tourists, are worst of all, some holding 15% or more. The sinister part? Machines now use AI to track your play and adapt in real time. Bet small, and it throws you small wins. Bet big, and the near misses multiply. They're not just taking your money, they're studying you, exploiting your psychology. Even the floor layout has changed. Gone are the cozy corners where you could disappear into your game. Everything is open, loud, overstimulating by design. Studies show overwhelmed people stay longer and spend more. That's not chaos, it's strategy. But at least in old Vegas, you could escape the casino floor for a cheap meal. Not anymore. Number 5. The vanishing cheap eats. Remember walking into a casino at 3 in the morning and getting steak and eggs for next to nothing? A prime rib dinner that didn't break the bank? A breakfast buffet cheaper than a drive-through meal? Those weren't loss leaders. They were loyalty builders. Casinos knew that if they fed you well, you'd stay. And if you stayed, you'd gamble. Those days are gone. That $5 steak now costs nearly $30. The $10 buffet? Try 60 plus for dinner, if you can even find one. Most buffets never reopened after 2020, replaced by food halls, where a simple burger costs more than a full meal anywhere else in America. Casinos discovered they could make more money catering to influencers than families. The numbers tell the story. Food and beverage revenue per visitor has more than doubled since 2015. When a bottle of water costs as much as lunch used to, you're not eating, you're being harvested. One tourist from Ohio showed me her receipt for 2 sandwiches and a couple sodas. "At these prices," she said, "I can't afford to eat and gamble." That's exactly the point. Vegas once fed the dreamers. Now it feeds on them. But food is just sustenance. Entertainment is why people really come to Vegas. And what's happened there might be the biggest betrayal of all. Number 4, the hostage pricing of Entertainment Vegas. Shows used to be the ultimate deal. World-class entertainment for the price of a movie ticket. In 2008, you could see Cirque du Soleil for $65, Penn and Teller for $45, and even headliners rarely topped $100. The model was simple. Get people in cheap, and they would spend at the casino. Shows were advertisements, not profit centers. That model is dead. Today, those same Cirque shows start at $180 for nosebleeds. Want to actually see the stage? $350. Tribute bands playing 80s hits call themselves limited residencies and charge $120. During special events, basically any weekend or holiday, prices jump another 40%. Theaters are not half full anymore, and locals have stopped going. The secondary market makes it worse. Bots scoop tickets. Resellers mark them up 200% or more. That $180 seat becomes $540 on StubHub. Casinos say they cannot control it, yet they take a cut of every resale. What breaks my heart is this. Vegas shows once gave regular people access to extraordinary things. Now they are luxury goods for the wealthy, while everyone else watches through their phones. Performers are not sharing in the boom. Ticket prices have tripled while pay barely moves. Profits rise. The magic drains out on stage. But this is nothing compared to the financial suffocation happening at every level of the Vegas experience. Number 2, the premium everything economy. Want to sit by the pool? That now means renting a daybed, and buying drinks is mandatory. Want early check-in at noon instead of the afternoon? That'll cost you. Late checkout? Another charge. Even using the gym has a fee. Parking, free for 70 years, now runs daily rates that rival resort towns. And the mini fridge in your room? It's fitted with sensors that bill you the moment you place your own drink inside. Every small comfort that used to feel like a perk has become an opportunity to extract more money. One ex-bellman told me, "We used to make guests feel rich, like everything was taken care of. Now, we make them feel poor, like they can't afford the basics." The resort fee scam deserves special attention. What began as a small amenity charge has exploded into a nightly surcharge at nearly every major property. For what? Wi-Fi that should be free? Pool access you already paid for? Gym privileges you'll never use? And newspapers nobody reads? It's taxation without representation, quietly tacking on about 30% to your bill after you've booked. But here's the truly insidious part. They've monetized shame. Can't afford the pool bed? Enjoy standing in the sun. Won't pay for early check-in? Wait in the lobby like an afterthought. Vegas has turned convenience into a class system, making you feel cheap for expecting basic hospitality. The total cost impact is staggering. What starts as a mid-range room morphs into a luxury bill once all the fees and extras hit your statement. And that's before you've gambled $1, eaten a meal, or seen a single show. All of this, every fee, every upcharge, every algorithmic manipulation, leads to the ultimate tragedy of modern Vegas. Number 1, the loss of wonder. This is what every ex-employee feels, but can't say without being blacklisted from the industry forever. Vegas forgot why people came in the first place. It wasn't about money, it was about escape, a place where the factory worker could feel like a millionaire, the secretary like a movie star, the retired couple young again for one weekend. That illusion, built over decades, has been shattered by spreadsheets and profit margins. When a city built on dreams starts treating visitors like walking ATMs, the magic doesn't fade. It dies. And once it's gone, you can't algorithm it back. I dealt cards for 15 years. In 2008, even during the recession, people smiled at the tables. They laughed, celebrated, made friends. By 2023, those same tables felt like funeral parlors. Players stared at their phones between hands. No laughter, no joy, just damage control. One regular said it best. "I used to leave Vegas feeling like I'd lived a movie. Now I feel like I've been processed by a machine." Executives in New York and Tokyo see profits rising, not the soul evaporating. They're too busy optimizing the golden goose to realize they're killing it. When the wonder dies, so does Vegas.